Hello YouTube buddies, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new series. So are we going to start this thing? Hell yes. And you know what, this is one of those games that are going to be absolutely brilliant. If you are fortunate enough of following this series in TV from the Alaskan gold miners, oh gosh, this game is going to be pretty awesome. It's a gold mine simulator, and it reflects a bit the lives of Parker Snable and Tony Betts, and of course the grumpy man in the middle here, right there, Todd. And you know, if you like simulation, if you like to build up a business from scratch, this is definitely going to be for you, especially if you like mining. So enough chatty. Let's get on with the game. Let's press new game and I'll show you how this works, and it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to, of course, carry on with Life is Futile, Forest Village, and I will do one episode interval. So each day I will do an episode each game, if you like. And gosh, really, I have played a bit around with this game, and it's absolutely fantastic. For the starters, I'll show you this in a second, don't worry too much about this. For the starters, look at the graphics. They are no bad at all. I absolutely love it. So what is the game about? Well, the game is about building a gold mining empire and starting right from scratch. So the only thing that we are going to have is this little guy here, and we are going to have a pan and a bucket. And pretty much that's going to be everything, guys. So let me show you how this works. Now, pressing the tab key, you actually bring the map up. Now, you have all these legend icons here, which you can find in here. And this is the Alaskan River. And then we have 4 claims that are able, or we are able to rent or buy. And I'll show you that in a second when we go to the bank. Now, how do you know that you can actually buy the claims? Well, if you go to the legend and you see this little lineage in here, you can actually, that's the border of the claim. So we have one border here, one down here, one up here, somewhere down there, and of course we have that one here. So how do you know if you can actually claim it or not? Well, if you see this caravan in here, is that that's a sign that you can actually rent it or buy it through the bank, which I will show you again. And as you can see, this one is locked, and I'm pretty sure it will unlock as we go. Okay, we have in this little town on the Alaskan River, and as you zoom in, you can actually see the name of the streets and all that. This is Haynes, and we have the gas station here. We have the bank, Old Glen Bank. We have the warehouse, which we will visit as well. The machine park, which you can actually buy machinery, you know, that kind of thing when you grow up. And the blacksmith, where you can actually come here and melt the gold and make gold bars and then stick it to the bank and make some nice big cash. And of course, you have the icon of you character, and of course, you car as well. Now, we have this dig tube thing, which is pretty awesome. So if you get stuck at any stage, say that, you know, you want to know how to do the tier 1 hog pan, and how do you do digging and panning, you have this video coming up continuously, and it will help you to understand how that works. I think it's pretty impressive. Okay, now if you're going to go to the tier 3 and you want a big wash plant, the setting up process is going to be huge, but it tells you how to connect it, how to put it up, because this is part of the game with big loaders, and it's going to be pretty awesome, believe you me. It's going to be really good. So, let's go back. Okay, so here we are. Now, a couple of things that we need to do. First of all, we need to get in the car, unless you want to walk. Okay? And we are in the car. Now, to change the view, you press C. Okay? And then that is your view. We need to change the differential in the car, and that is done by pressing Q. And then your handbrake is activated and deactivated by pressing the space bar. Okay? And you can hear it. Okay? Now, you press set at any stage on the game, whatever you are doing, you will see all this list of commands for each different function that you are doing, and that's pretty cool. So you can't just go wrong. I'm sure you can't. You press X, your car will turn on. Handbrake out, and just press forward. And we are going to see the bank, guys. Look at this, guys. Look how cool is this little town. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you something. I like the game. I like games that you build business from scratch. Of course I do. And one thing I'm going to tell you as well is that there are really, really awesome things in this game. Pretty cool. And I'm going to say things that I like, but I'm going to say things that I don't like as well. So don't think everything is Tandidory, because it isn't. It's a gold mining town, as you can see. And one thing I noticed as I started to play this game is that it's nobody around. It's no cars moving, no people. And I know it's a simulator, and I know that the game is all about excavating gold and making progress and making a huge empire. But I think it could be a bit more of animation around here, I think. And that's my personal opinion. Right, let's go to the bank. This is the first thing that you need to do. Go to the bank. Now, how do you know what to do and when to do it? Like, for example, how do you know that you should go to the bank first? Well, I'm going to show you something real quick. Right, you press tab, and then you come to your journal. We are in the tier 1, okay, mining, and it tells you the steps of what we need to do. So, tier 1, the first thing that we need to do is go to the bank, and then we need to rent the old Arnold's parcel claim. So that is what we're going to do, okay? Let's do that real quick. Now, don't expect to go inside the bank, okay, in this game. If I can get out here. What's going on here? All right, let me jump. There we go. You jump with a space bar as well. Okay, so once you're in the door, press the E button, and as you can see, you don't go in. Now, there's a few things here. This is the parcel, so you can actually rent or buy these 3 different ones. And the game is asking us to do the old Arnold parcel, so that's what we're going to do, okay? Now, it shows you the price if you want to buy it, and you can buy it or rent it, as you can see. We're going to rent it, obviously, because we only have 223 miserable dollars, I am afraid, okay? Now, the price per square feet is 2. And the provision of rent is 0.2. Now, the 0.2 means that for every whole units, you will pay 0.2, okay? So that's what they're referring to. You can ask for loans if you want, and say that you want to get a maximum of 5,000, which is the maximum that you can get now. You will get a daily charge of 106.24, okay? But we are not going to do that. Of course, you have the stock exchange as well, so if you want to see the value of your gold, you can come in here and wait until the value is up to sell you gold bars. And of course, here you will see how many gold bars you got. So I hope this makes sense, guys, okay? I hope that makes sense. So, oh, we need to rent the... We need to rent it, actually. Otherwise, we are going to do anything. So there you go. Rent it. Right, press cancel. And let's go back to little car. Now, the car is very interactive as well. As you can see, you can open the bag to place things on the back, because we are going to go shopping now, and we need to put a few things in here. So as you can see, it's very interactive as well. And both doors open, of course, and so does the bonnet in here. Okay, there you go. So you can see your engine and all that kind of thing. By the way, this battery runs out at some stage. Fuel runs out. It's very, very real. You need to have a amount of cash behind you to play this game. And that's something that you need to keep an eye on very, very carefully. Right, let's go. Handbrake out. I think I'm going to turn around here. This way. Let me see if I can do this without crashing. There you go. And we are going shopping, guys. Right. So we are going to go straight to the warehouse up here. Okay. So let's go right here, and I'm going to show you a couple of things in here as well, which are really cool. Right, stop, handbrake, engine off, and get out of the car by pressing E. Now, this platform in here, this is where all your goods, once you buy them, will end up. Okay, so once you buy, I'll show you how to buy your things now. You come up here and pick it up from here, and then put them in your car. It's simple as that. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. Right, now, how do you know what we need to buy? Well, if we go to the journal, back to the journal again, and we go to the step 3 and 4, you see that we need to go to the warehouse, and then we need to buy the hook pang no pump, the hook pang sluice box core, 2 hook pang mats, and a bucket. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So let's go in and start buying a few things. The first thing is going to be the buckets, which are right here, and they're quite cheap as well. We need one, but eventually these guys are going to be very, very important for you to buy, okay? So there you go. We got the buckets. You come along here. We are going to need 2 of these mats, okay? So 1 and 2. And this is the value of how much it's going to cost you. This is how much money you got, okay? So there you go. Now we are going to need the hook pump, no pump. This is with pump. This is with no pump, okay? There you go. 1 of those. And then we are going to use the hook pan sluice box core. You have the extension here because you can make this little dredge quite long, but we only need this one, okay? Let's go buy that as well. Brilliant. Let me show you around a bit. Look, you can buy these generators because we will need this eventually. Water pumps and look, a wave table. This guy here, separators, are going to be really important at some stage. But of course, we need to grow up first. Magnetite trailer and the wash plant in here. That's going to be pretty cool, pretty cool. And we are going to call a monster green when we get that, as they do in the TV series. And different trailers and different things that you can buy around, and you know, and batteries. There you are. If you need the batteries for your car, here they are. Okay. And of course, different things that you are going to need to set up, like cabling and you know, extension cords and pipes and what have you. So once you have got everything you need, you come to the tail right here, press E, and you will see the list of items that are in your bag. Okay, it's a total of 170. So let's buy them. And it tells you that you can find your items outside by your car, and I'll show you where they are now. Right, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Look at them all in there. You see, this is everything we bought. I think it's pretty cool. I think. What a shame that you cannot see anybody around, anything moving. It looks pretty much like a ghost town. I don't like that. It makes you feel. It makes feel that it just doesn't. It's not right. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not right. Right. So let's pick it up, and to get in the car, you're going to have to make a jump in here because otherwise you're going to be able. If I can, hold on. Just there we go. Okay. Press E. Is in the car, and let's go get the mats as well. And of course, now we need to go to the cart and we need to set up all this machinery to start digging gold. And I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how we can get our first nugget. It's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay? Now, some people find this a bit boring, the fact that you need to pick up all these things one by one, put them in the car and all that kind of thing. But it's how much you like realism in simulators. Let me shut this thing real quick. So I push everything in. There we go. It's how much you like the realism in simulators. And simulators is something that I absolutely love. I used to do a flight simulation for very long time in VATSIM and Eveyo networks, and I used to love it that lot. I used to do Euro Truck Simulator as well, and farm simulation and all that, which I may bring at some stage as well. I may bring it at some stage. Okay, so we picked up everything, I think. Yeah, everything is sorted. Let's get back to the car. Engine on with X. Handbrake off. And let's go. Now, to go to the cart, let me explain this to you. To go to the cart, as you come in, as you're coming out of the warehouse, just turn right here on the stop sign and follow the road ahead, okay? And we are going to go straight to the claim, and from there we are going to be able to start digging and all that. I'll show you the claim itself. It's pretty awesome, guys. It really is pretty cool. Okay, if you take as a reference these rail tracks, all rail tracks in here, you need to cross them in here. Don't go ahead. Just cross them down here, and it will take you straight to the claim. Before doing that, we need to cross this little industrial estate up here. Another thing that I don't like very much is that the loading screens take quite some time to load, and you know, I have a very good computer, I think, with very good specs, but it takes some time. It freezes the game for a couple of seconds, and sometimes it's annoying. it can be annoying, and especially depending on how fast you're going. Okay, so let's get out of here. You can see it's all ghostly, sad, and abandoned. Everything is, but as I say, it is what it is. I think that we are the only soul around in this game, but you know, as I said, it is what it is, and we need to be happy with it. Okay, so follow the road ahead, and you'll see in a second that we get to the claim, and it's going to be pretty much here, and I will show you the claim, what contains, and everything. It's going to be pretty awesome. Now here, just go straight ahead if you're playing along, and we pretty much arrive to the claim. There we go, here's the claim. Now let me show you a couple of things. Now this is a warehouse where we can actually store things if we really want to. Okay, let me stop right here so I can show you guys. There you go. Okay, so all this is the claim. Okay, this is our claim where we can actually build big watch plants and start digging gold and all that kind of thing. This is the warehouse where you can actually find items, or eventually just you know, store them in here. If you want to store items and things, you can actually do it all in here. Okay, right. So at the moment, there's nothing there, as you can see. I'm gonna show you if for whatever reason you need your toilet, portable loo they call it. You have a toilet here. Now, is it interactable? What do you think, guys? I don't think it is. Is it interactable? Whoops. No, it's not. But if you need it, just go behind it. What can I say to you? Just go behind it and do your thing. What can I say? Right. Engine on. Handbrake out. And let's go up here. Now, there's a couple of things I want to show you here. And this is where it gets more interesting in the game. It really does. Stop here. Handbrake. Engine off. Out of the car. And let me show you real quick. Now, this is the caravan. Now, when it gets night time, because you have dynamic cycles of day and night, you can come and have a break. So you come in right here, interact with that, and then you can go to sleep for an hour or until dawn or whatever. Okay, that's really cool. Another thing that you need to do is go to your tent. Now, this fire here will never go out. You always will see it the same. I think, to make it more realistic, if I was the developer, I would actually make this game to be able to chop logs or something and then bring the fire up, or keep it alive or something, to give it a bit more of interest. I think that's what I would do. Right. This is a beautiful tent, and it's three things that you can interact with. The first one is going to be your pan, and that obviously is to filter your gold, or separate your gold from the dirt. Okay, that's going to be your bucket where you need water, and this is going to be your tablet, and I'll show you the tablet. This is your banking and finances. Once you start selling and all that, you can see your statements and transactions in here and all that. Here, some states you can actually hire workers and get a huge crew with. It's going to be pretty cool, guys. It really is going to be awesome. Of course, coming soon in version 7, you are going to have a machine store, equipment store, and failures. This is going to be pretty awesome, because one thing that happens in real gold mining is the failures of the machinery is huge. It really is. And of course, we have transport as well. If you want to move your machines from one place to another one, you are going to need transport. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what we need, right? We are going to need the pan right here. So you take it out there, and we are going to take it down here. Now, do you see this little frame? Looks like rail tracks. Now, this is going to be really important to set up a machinery, and it has to be set up in here. Okay, leave it there. And now we are going to need, what are we going to need next? Oh, the bucket. I'll show you how it works. By the way, you can actually run if you press shift. Okay, you see? Right. But I don't like running for whatever reason. I like taking my time. But, you know, you can skip it if you don't want me to see you walking everywhere. Okay? Now, this is the bucket that you are going to need to collect your water. This is going to be really important. And we are going to collect the water straight away. So what do you do with that? Well, you just get wet, get your feet wet, and press the execution button and bring it up here. Because this is where we are going to set up. Okay? This is where our success is going to start, guys. This is going to be pretty awesome. And of course, we need everything that we bought, which is in the car. Let me just go a bit quicker here. Right there. Okay. Now, I could move the car right there. Let me move the car a second. It's going to be too long here to walk up and down. But as you can see, it is pretty realistic, I think. And if you like the type of game where you can actually make the achievement of making plenty of cash and gold and having a crew and all that, this game is definitely for you guys. Definitely for you. Now, when you go forwards and backwards with the car, it will change the view of the camera automatically, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. Oops. Wrong button, I didn't. There we go. And I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay? Engine off. It's going to be E to get out of the car, and we're going to start getting all the stuff that we bought. Okay? So let's go get the bucket. Now, you only can bring one thing at a time as well, so keep that in mind. You cannot bring many things. Now, the bucket, I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this, you will assume that you get the bucket to get water, and isn't. Okay? The bucket is to get the dirt. Okay, now I'll show you in a second how to do that. I'll show you in a second. Now, we need to get the hop pump as well. Let's do that real quick. And we're going to start set up all this in a second real quick. Okay. I'm going to put it right there. And we need the mats and we need the extension as well. Let's get them. This is the only thing I find a bit slow, that you can only pick up one thing at a time. But as I said, if you like realism, guys, this is what it is. Just no more to it. Okay, let's go real quick. Right, so this is pretty much the claim, and we claimed it. We went to the bank and we rented it, and now we have the right to gold mining here for as long as we want. Okay? Game time, I mean. Okay? And that's going to be pretty awesome, because as you grow and you get gold and your finances grow as well, of course you start getting bigger machines, and then you can actually come there where the horizon is, and it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. Now, one thing I don't like in carrying this thing is that sometimes you cannot see where you're going, and you need to actually have to try to figure out by bringing the camera up and just looking at the bottom of the railing. Now, if you look at the bottom of the railing, you will see this yellow lineage coming up in that frame. Well, that means that we need to place this thing here, right there. Okay, so press use. Brilliant. That has been set. Right, cool. Now, let's get the box as well set up. And that usually comes at the back. Okay, as you can see, the lineage is up again. And press use. It's sorted. Now, we need to get the mats, because the mats is where the gold is going to get trapped. Okay, and that's really important. So once we done all the golden, all the mining, the gold will get trapped in here. So you need to pick up these mats, put them in your pocket of water here, which eventually will have water, and then clean up the mats, and then the gold will go straight in the water, and then you can actually get your gold going. Okay, all right. Right, so that's pretty much all set, guys. That is pretty much all ready to go. Now you will see these numbers from the top. This one here on the top left will get yellow as you fill up the trench. Okay, once it gets filled up, it will tell you it's up to 100%, and then you can put the water in, and you will see then the mats 1 and 2 will start filling up in percentages as well. The more you put, the more then you can actually pick up. It's simple as that, and I will show you later on. In practice, much better than just to know how it goes. But that's pretty much it. Now, if you look at here the menu on the set, you will see these actions, which is preview tool and next tool. And with that, you have 3 options available to add: your shovel, your torch, and obviously work with your hands. Okay, and we are going to need the shovel, because that's how we are going to start doing the mining. Okay, and of course now it's time to go mining. But you know what, guys, you are going to have to wait until next episode, guys, because I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here with this really awesome game. Not only the view is pretty awesome, but the sound quality is superb. I think it's pretty cool. So as I said, I'm going to leave it here. First episode of Gold Rush. We claimed the claim. We got now enough land to start mining, and that is what we're going to do in episode 2. So I hope you got a few tips from here. Please comment, subscribe, and like, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, take great care.